here I am, the man behind the mask, with a new task to provide you all with a session that yeah. Well, I had a session not too long ago, so I can't say the standard. It's been a while since I had one, but a while, yeah. It depends on what you classified as a while. It can be like short while. Uh, Never mind all that. Now I am live with a session. Sorry for the backlight, and yeah, and that I look crap. Oh, it's so annoying with the reverse. This I still scratches myself when I get my youth pimple. But always looks worse on camera. I think it's because of contrast or everything. I don't know. Never mind. Let's start with the weather. I don't have much to say really, but I will talk about a few stuff. But I always try to have the weather and oh, I almost forgot. I always, yeah, but always try to listen to the audio a little bit, so you may hear hear me twice. Well, I think it's okay. Maybe a little louder. Let's do like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, audio check, 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 check. Well, we have it like that. I think that is okay. So the thing is, I'm running from another sound card. I'm not running through the mixer at this time. I have a separate my sound card. I have several sound cards. I think I have 4 different sound cards, or 5 even. So, but now I'm using that external and not the mixer. So, with that said, now let's talk about sex, baby. No, let's talk about the weather. The weather. What's the weather like? The weather is like me not like. Now I like. Not earlier I did like. Now I like. Because we had some thunderstorm. We had some thunder yesterday. We had some thunder today. I don't mind thunder. I think it's quite. Yeah, I like thunder, depending on, of course, because I have my equipment with radio antennas and so on. So that, of course, gives some concern about. Yeah, so I don't get lightning strike into the equipment. That is expensive. But besides that, I like thunder. I have mentioned this before, but I can mention it's my channel and it's my stream. How dare you decide what I should say? No. Enough about the silliness. I used to go out and when I live in South Sweden, I were photographing lightning and also did some video recordings and stuff. I chased thunderstorms, to be honest. I were a part of a quite big forum in Sweden for lightning, or weather, bad weather, and so on. Extreme weather, but mostly it was for thunderstorms and lightning. And so that was quite fun. Now I don't even have. I had a Nikon, or was it D40 or something? It was new back then. I think it was, or was it D20 or D4? It was the camera that came before D90. So and I had different lenses and so on, so that was fun. But now I don't have any cameras beside the phone. Yeah, enough about that. But the weather is going to be quite bad. It has been bad. It has been lower temperatures than normal. But sometimes it has been okay, even though it's rained. We had lots of rain and so on. The last couple of weeks, I would say. Today, yeah. Now it has rained, of course. We had the thunderstorm. Maybe will come more this evening. But I think we are going to have a little bit of sun now for a little while. And tomorrow is going to be mostly partly cloudy, which is good. I can take that. That's no problem because it's going to be around 18 degrees. Tuesday, we are going back to the rain, but it's going to, if the prognosis is correct, it's going to be around 20 degrees as most. And then it's going to rain like Wednesday, Thursday. A little bit more sun, and less chance or risk for rain on Friday. Then it's going to rain Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But I have read some comments from, I get like a newsletter from weather site that now it's going to, in South Sweden, they are going to get much more high temperatures, more normal or even above normal during, not, even this next week, which we are not going to get. But that will come up to us the week after. So in more of this weather that is in Europe now with like 45 degrees or whatever it is in some areas, they are suffering of too much good weather. But we are going to get a little bit of that, as it says. Sorry, always need to blow my nose. That is, that's how it is. Yes, that's about the weather for those that are interested in that. I know some are. That's why I do this little weather report, because some find it fun to see what weather is it on in that country and so on. Then, as some have noticed, I mentioned sorry. Some may recall that I mentioned that we were going out on an expedition this week that has been. We were going to come back home today, or late today, or tomorrow even. But that did not happen, as you maybe have seen, because I've been home. And I even wrote in the community, and I will talk about the community later. The community here on Facebook, like a post that, we are going there and streaming and blah, blah, blah. The radio expedition. My friend Ulf, because of the weather, that was going to be rainy and so on, he did lose a little bit of his motivation. And I said, well, we are not there for the weather, we're there for the island. But then I thought, do I really want to go with someone? Do I really want to push someone? Because of course, if I had said we are going, he had done that. But then I would been feeling bad the whole week. Even though I think if we had, as I said to him also, I think if we go there and when we set up and have started, I think we were going to enjoy it. Even though if the rains and so on, I think we will have fun with the raiders. Because sometimes it is like that. You as for me, as for example, contesting in radio, ham radio, like I don't feel like it. Oh no! Just before when it closes into being the start, I totally lack everything. Even if I a few days earlier were like yeah, but then if I choose to, I do that anyway. I do a little. Then it like just hour after into the contest, I get super motivated again, and so it just needs that little kick in the butt, and just do it, and then the joy comes back, mostly. But I thought, no, I don't want to force him to do something, because if he is not happy with doing it, that won't be nice, and it will. I also will feel bad and not enjoying it. So I said, yeah, okay, then we stay home. But I had then we have had some beer on Friday instead. I said that's my okay. If we scratch it, do it some other time, maybe next year, or who knows, maybe later this summer, a weekend or so. Never know. Then we are. I said, if we're scratching it now, we need to have like a few beers at least. That's my. So we had some beers and drinks on Friday. Some of you may seen that on the lives. And then what else? So that won't happen, and that I feel a little bit sad that it didn't happen. But yeah, it is what it is. Well, yesterday I did not do much. I watched some Jurassic Park. I started to see. I'm going to see that again. All those. Just relaxed and also played some games and so on. I were not in a good mood. I'm not in a good mood today either. I must say. I'm starting to feel a little low, a little worried, quite much worried, to be honest. And yeah, there is different things on the horizon that is making me a little bit worried and so on. I got my friend and colleague, the one I work with, and also the guy. For some of you that follow me that know a little bit about me and what the guy I bought the car from is my old friend for many years, and I even work with him. Because of him I have this work, because he were drafting me, to be honest. Yeah, I did. He got a heart attack. So I got to. Yeah, he is alive. He didn't die, and seems like he is doing quite okay. Even he has posted on Facebook and so on, and that is a sign that, well, he is alive and he's well enough to think about Facebook and stuff. But I have sent him a message also asking a little bit how he is and so on. But it's still, of course, I get a little sad, and I start to think about myself, and I start to think about my friend Ulf and all that. We are all fat bastards. Well, we are at least fat. And we are in the age, my friend Jared, He is younger than me. He's 5 years younger. Um, just turned 50, and we are all around that age when it could happen. So of course that, even though I don't, though I try to not think about it, it in the back of the head, it's still like, yeah, could then be me, or and so on. And if it comes to me, yeah, I, but I'm more worried about my friends than me. If I get it, I get it. I can't do much about that. But still, and also, but I have a huge concern that drags me down quite much, because I have been on sick leave quite long. I didn't get much money we get from a health insurance that covers, and it have covered everything, like all my bills and all that is paid, but I'm running really low on money. So I don't really know how I will. I have food and so on, but not for the complete month. So that, and I'm starting to worry about how I will manage the whole month, because it's not good. But yeah, I've been there before and managed, but still, I it even though I know, yeah, I take this day, I take the day like as it comes. That's one part of me, the trying to control this, instead of worrying and going downhill. But it's hard, because one part of me is worrying quite much about it, and so yeah, there is that. And then we have, if we, but that we will see. I think it will solve in some way, of course. Now it's the positive side of me that I'm trying. But we will see how it goes. So yesterday I had lots of different thoughts, and I also started to think about work and so on. And because I still haven't heard anything how it goes, if I'm going, because for those that doesn't know, I were told that they needed to let me go because they were doing some reorganizations, and that means that my job is going to be moved to Stockholm, and I will not move to Stockholm. So, and that means my work is not. I can't. They are sacking me, yeah, and I were fine with that. I am fine. I understand that things change and so on. And that was in March, and I were going to get the information how it were going in April. I still doesn't know. And then my boss started to act really, in my opinion. This is all about my opinion. No one can say it's wrong, because it's how I feel. They started to be quite mean, and like trying to push. They complained about everything, things that if no one else in the company that I work with in this had what I did worse than that, and that blah blah blah. I've never had that. So, and they like this boss did like, oh yeah, you have been bad, you're bad, you're like you're. So it feels like they try to make me feel so bad that I quit myself, which I will not do. But I still don't know. And of course, I have a job. I have a job until they say I don't. But even though I feel like, yeah, I will not give them that. I will not. I feel bad. So that's why I am on sick leave, for those that wonders, um, because I've been really depressed and has been a lot of stress. It's much better now when I don't had need to think of it. But yeah, I say much better, but it has been better because even though I I could manage to I could do other things that was recommended by the doctors and so on. Do what you think is fun. Do fun things because I didn't do that before even. This were like taking the joy of everything, making music, play games, whatever. All my interests were like no. I could start a game, log in or whatever, and then just sit and say no. So just explaining, I'm open with things like this, and not everything is like, oh, it's joy and happiness and so on. So if you're like expecting that, if you're new to the channel and expecting that, you can expect me to talk about bad things or bad, if you understand what I mean. Also, and not only this is so funny, da 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 da, because it is a peek into my life. But I feel that I start to think a little more now about work again because I have next month. I start to work again in August. But that's for yeah. I try not to think too much, but hopefully because I have, and that feels so strange because I need just to say this also, that I need to ask about these things and I don't get yes or no. No, it has been changed. There is no reorganization going on. Okay, fine, then I know. But I can't get the answer from the HR or anything like that. And the boss when I asked, no, what? I have never said that you are going to be sacked. And the same boss were in a meeting with HR when they told me that my job were no longer. So, and when I asked HR, has something changed? She said, no, nothing has changed. We would never take this meeting if it wasn't going to happen. So there you see, there is lots of different, and that tears, and I think that is just because they want me to quit my job myself. That looks much more better for them. Because this is an Indian company, they are so high, the hierarchy is super important for them, sadly. So they want to look good up to the next boss, and the next boss want to, it's really like that in Indian, yeah, and that's, I don't say that that's their culture. I'm not complaining. Yeah, I'm just used to the Swedish way, which is so far away from that because here the companies even try to, they do more for the workers. They are there is laws that are protecting the workers and so on. So yeah, but enough about that. What else? Yeah, I did plant a lot of stuff in the spring, and everything grows so slowly. Even those that, but it grows, so it will be interesting to see if I get. But even the flower mix that is like early planting season, and you should plant it outside directly. And some of it I did not. I even took it inside and started to grow and planted later. It's it hasn't bloomed yet. It's just and it's not like it doesn't get sun or water or that. It's this spring, I think, that is being messed up. Was so, and you can see maybe on I got now a little party tent. It's called on the back here. That is what my friend Ulf bought for this expedition. That was meant to be the tent where we were going to sit and have the radios and so on. The operator tent, we could call it. Sounds fancy. And then we would have a separate tent to sleep in. But and he has no use of it, so I said I buy this from you because he has put lots of money into this expedition, and yeah, so I said I buy that, but I will pay it like little by little now and then when I can. It doesn't matter to him. We have done that before and so on with stuff. So it's not just for this is just information because I talked about like I'm so bad and then I have this new tent or what we can call it. I haven't put the sides walls up because I just want the roof. It fits quite good on this little porch or my little outside place. So I have a roof, which means even if it's raining but it's warm outside, you can sit there and yeah, or a little bit protected. Now it's not placed 100%. If you look at it, you see it, but that's because I have a temporary antenna mounted to it also. So we have, but I will adjust that a little later on when I'm done with that because I have borrowed Ulf's radio. He's going away, visit his daughters for a couple of weeks. So meanwhile, I have borrowed a radio from him, so I can, do some experiments with antennas and stuff. So that's what you can see. That's on the porch. Well, I don't know how porch. I don't know how to pronounce. Sometimes I lose my words. Sometimes I lose everything. I feel it now quite much that I started to forget so much. Like this, you are going to the kitchen to get something. When I come to the kitchen, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing in the kitchen. Yes, I do swear sometimes, so live with that. I have no idea. And then I need to go back, and often, but not always, it comes back and I go in. And sometimes I go back, yeah, it was that. And then I go to the kitchen, what the fuck, what was it? What? I forget it again. And that's starting to be more and more. I have, of course, I think we all have had that before sometimes. But for me, it has been more and more now lately. I don't know why. But it is a bit annoying because it's happened too often for me to think it's fun. If it's just once in a while, then you can smile about it and haha. But now it's a little bit too often. I don't know why. I'm getting old. But the thing is, I said that to my friend Ulf on Friday. It's so strange. I'm 56 years old. But I don't feel. I feel like 25, 30. it's so strange, like uh, how you can feel against the age you're really in. I think I stopped the ball. No, I didn't. But it sometimes it feels like, wait, I can't be that because I can't be over 50 because of how I feel. But of course, if I when I start thinking back to how I acted and how I did around the 20 my when my age was 25, it is huge difference because yeah, I got wiser and I act in another way than I did then. But the feeling, I hope you understand what I mean. So, what else? I had a few more things that I were going to. Yeah, um, I remember, I think it was on the channel, the iOS outdoor channel, which I recommend if you like to watch animals and so on. You have the link in the why not check this out as well. On the main page on the channel, scroll down, you have some recommendations from me. And there you have iOS backyard cams and or iOS backyard, lots of animals. And I'm before I moved here, I were looking there and chatted. There is one there that is almost always there. And I said, yeah, I'm going to move, and I were planning to put out a bird feeder, which I did. And I said, oh, well, I'm only going to get birds on that, but that's fine. Because on that camera you can see like raccoons and squirrels and whatnot. But the fun thing is I have lots of cats coming here. You can't see them on the bird feeder because it's pointed up, but there's lots of cats here. Some sit. I have a camera also on the front yard, pointing at the door. But that I can't stream that. And how fun will it be to see a front door? That's just for me to, security and so on. But lots of cats, and they sit outside my front door, like looking in. I have some small windows at the side of the door. It's not that you can look in. It's not clear glass. It's like, some waves and stuff going on there. But they sit there, like, I wonder if it's going to open. And I had a badger on the back. That was seen on camera, sneaking around. And last night, I have slept. I'm sleeping really strange now. I turned the days around almost. I got like alert and looked at the camera. There's a little fox sitting outside the door, looking into, trying to see in the glass. Like, I wonder if he's home. Someone is home. Like, not like it was scared or anything. It's just like, I wonder what was trying to look in, and then went away. So there is more animals here going, and some squirrels also, but that's in some other trees on the neighbors. But I've seen the squirrels jumping around there, so that is quite fun. I want to get a few more cameras in the future, and there is a company here in the town that sells security camera systems, different systems, and my friend Ulf knows that guy, so I asked him to ask this guy if he can recommend a setup so I can have a stream out in the nature with like a SIM card and so on, because I bought some from Temu, but sadly that did not. You couldn't stream from. You could stream to an app, but not catching that stream. It's a special protocol you need, and most of those. This was like for putting out in the nature and animals and so on. Really good quality and like easy to set up, and with a solar panel and all this. But I gave that to Ulf, so he using it at his summer house for as a security cam there, along with his other cams. But I want that type of system, but I must be able to stream from it, and it will be continuous, because this just records when something happens in front of the camera. That's to save battery and also to save the what's it called? I almost said ratio, but the data on the SIM card, of course. But there is like SIM cards with unlimited data here in Sweden that is quite cheap, so that wouldn't be a problem. So I hope we can fix that and find some nice spots where I can place a cam or two, where some animals. That's just some things I think about. I always think about things to improve or add more things to this channel. Sadly, it isn't that easy. If I had unlimited with money, or if I had at least good amount of money, I could do much more. But I'm limited to what I can do with that, and also And sadly, most of those people that had been here, there has been other cams here, did not fulfill the limits. That was I had that they needed to stream at least this amount of hours per week, and sadly they didn't do that. So because of different reasons. And but if you are one of those that have some cameras outside somewhere or inside, and you can stream quite often, at least, like at minimum is 8 hours in a week, and then if you 1 hour per day or whatever, or if you stream 8 hours directly, but that's the minimum. If you're one of those and want to join, let me know in some way. You can go to Facebook Mad Cave with Friends Facebook page and message me there if you want to. So that is what I had. I think I will try to keep it short. Now it's 40 minutes, but it's not an hour at least. So thank you for watching, and we will see you when I have a new session in the future. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and all that. Bye.